Welcome, fellow thrifters and online resellers. My name is Dan, or DaPaulo. A little bit about myself. I have been thrifting now for 4 years. Started it basically as a hobby, kind of by accident. Got a new phone that had the eBay app on it. Decided, hey, why don't I try to sell something? Started listing some things, got a couple things sold. It was a hobby to pay for a golf bill. I had a $400 golf bill that I was having a hard time paying each month, and so I started out. It took me about a month and a half to get to that point. Have kept it up and have continued to learn, and now I've got a 6-figure income that supports my family of 8. So I have a ton of fun with it and have learned a lot over the 4 years I've been doing this, and just kind of wanted to share some of that with all of you. This is my second video. The first video that I did, I was driving on my way to do some thrifting, decided to take my phone out and do a little video. Decided, that I'll do another one. Hopefully I can help some of you, and if you have questions, please let me know. This video today, I'm gonna be going over some basics of sourcing, so kind of a sourcing 101 video. And then to give you a little bit of motivation and inspiration, hopefully, we're gonna go over some solds, so you can kind of see that there's a good variety of things that do sell online. And then the third thing, now if you saw the first picture that pulled up, we're gonna be going over the find of the week, and that's gonna be kind of a fun little section a little bit later. But getting started, sourcing 101. Now, I've been asked, where do you go, what do you buy? And the answer of that is really anything that I can make a little bit of a profit with. So when I first started sourcing, it was almost exclusively at Goodwill and some other thrift stores. And from time to time, when the weather's right, on a weekend, we'll stop at some estate sales, garage sales. But since then, I've kind of expanded. So really, your bread and butter should be your thrift stores. And I would recommend going to your Google Maps and pinning every single thrift store in kind of a 30-mile radius. If you do a Google search, thrift stores in your area, expand it out, you can pin each of them and kind of create a path of where you're gonna go when you go thrifting. That is going to be kind of a key. You don't want to waste time going from one side of town to the next side of town. You really want to have kind of a route that you take. Question that was given to me last video was, how often do I thrift? And the answer to that is I'm always thrifting, but when it really comes down to it, I thrift about 4 days a week. And for me, the key is to purchase what I can get listed. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're getting started with this, do not buy things unless you know that you can get it listed in a week. Otherwise, you're gonna have what's called a death pile. A ton of stuff that you never get listed, and it's going to demotivate you more than anything. So one of the keys to sourcing is kind of setting out how many things you need to get listed per week, how many things you can list per week, and then try to fill that amount of items. If you have the time to list 40 things in a week or 50 things in a week, plan out that time and then go out, do your sourcing, and find that amount of things. Don't buy more than you can actually get listed. That's a key. But for the sourcing, yeah, thrifting, thrift stores, key. That's gonna be where you will probably find most of your items. Outside of that, garage sales, a lot of people do love garage sales. You can get great deals at garage sales, but the truth of the matter to garage sales is there's a lot of driving around and you're not gonna get a whole lot of stuff. That's not to discourage you. They're fun to go to, but I would not count that as being a main source for sourcing. Another thing that I look at a lot is Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. If there's certain types of items that you're interested in, you can go and you can find those items. And you just have to find the items in which you can make a profit. I try to make 4 times my money on an item. I will never list anything that I can't get at least 10 bucks for. So if you're wasting your time selling things for 5, 6, 7 bucks, you need to stop doing that, do some more research, find the solds of things that will make you a little bit more profit. Another thing that a lot of people overlook is discount retailers. A lot of retailers like, say, TJ Maxx, Ross, they have discount sections where they are clearancing out things. There's a lot of money to be made. Again, the key is always doing your research. So if you find an item that you're interested in buying, you do the online solds, try to figure out how much they're going for, and make sure that you've got enough profit margin, after your 10% that is going to be given to eBay, your PayPal fees. If there is tax applicable, make sure you add all of those things in. So really the main things that I would recommend is mapping out all the local thrift stores, always keeping your eyes open on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, and then any retailer that has clearance items. Always take a look at those items. That's going to be the main source of income when you get started. I hope that's helpful. So that is kind of the basic of Sourcing 101. Please leave me any comments or information if you have any questions. I'm here to help. So that is Sourcing 101. Thank you.
Sold of the week.
Okay, for the weekly sales, I wanted to highlight about 10 or 11 different items. The first one that I wanted to go over was the Mega Bloks Pro Builder Abrams tank with box. This was a used item that I got at our local, I believe it was Goodwill. It was in the toy section. I paid about $4. It did take a couple months to sell, but as you see, real good profit on it. Item 2. Now this was something that I found because my wife used to work for a chiropractor's office. It is a professional neck pump thing. You put your neck in there, pumps it up, it helps your neck. So anyways, I know that this is an expensive item, brand new. I paid $4 for it. Sold for $24 inside of a week. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. Always learn from the people around you. This is a pair of Rock Revival brand new shorts. Now, this is an item that I did purchase new at a discount retailer. Paid about 15 bucks for it. So was able to sell them within about a month for 60 bucks. All right, now it took me a long time to delve into the women's section. Luckily, I have a wife that does deal in the women's section on a regular basis, so she's taught me a lot. This is a St. John knit cardigan, kind of a long one, almost looks like a dress. Anyways, I paid $8 for this. Sold it, took about a month again, and sold for $125. All right, now the reason I posted this is because I've had this thing for over a year. One thing that you realize when you get into this, you're not going to sell everything in the first week or even the first month. You have to have patience. Make sure you have items that are good, things that are unique, and eventually they'll sell. This is an item that I paid, I believe, $4 or $5 for, ended up selling for $30, so not too bad, 6 times my profit. This is kind of cool. This is a Lego White House set. It was used. Again, found this in the toy section, paid $3 for it. Flipped it inside of a week for $40. So, cool item there. Battlestar Galactica, the complete series. Now, I do sell sets, box sets, music, videos. Box sets that have a complete series are typically the best way to go. I did step up to the plate and paid $16 for this, but I knew it was going to be a fairly quick sale, and it was. Sold it for 40 bucks. All right, again, when you're looking at stuff, always look for things that are unique. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a camp shirt, but it has a really cool print on it that the theme is fishing. So it has a lot of fishing items on it. 2XL when it comes to these type of camp shirts. Sometimes the bigger the better. So $50 item I paid $4 for. All right, another new item. Now I did step up to the plate because I am familiar with this type of shoe. I paid $50 for it. Was able to flip it in about a week for 100 bucks. So typically I try to get 4 to 1 on my money, but if I know I'm gonna make 50 bucks, I'll step up. All right, this was one of my favorite golfers as a kid, Loudmouth. Okay, John Daly, who is known as a very colorful figure in golf. Likes his drink, likes his cigarettes, likes to gamble. He has his own brand called Loudmouth. As you can see, the prints of his stuff it's very unique. This was an item I paid $4 for, flipped it for $40. And then the last item. This is a company that really deals in electronics and being able to hide your electronics, put your electronics in your clothing. This is a Scotty vest. It was a women's edition. This I paid again $5 or $6 for. Sold for $75. It did take about a month, but I did wait off because I knew that I would sell this and get full price for it. So those are the weekly solds.
Find of the week.
I'm going to sell them on eBay after I brush.
Whose are they again?
They're my deceased friend.
And why do you have them?
I don't know, they were in my shed.
How much are you planning on selling those for?
$1.99. No, just kidding. I'm gonna do an auction and let them price themselves.
Awesome.
But they were free.
Okay.
Current bid is over 147. Booyah! Please subscribe, comment, and share. Thanks for watching.